Good morning, tarot enthusiasts and fellow deep divers. It's Hippie Nikki with Hippie Nikki's Always Learning. And this morning I have another tarot tutorial for you, but I'm going to give you a little background first. I've been reading cards for about a year to 18 months, and typically what I do is I have friends or family that come up to me or random strangers on the street, and they'll be intrigued by what I'm doing and they want a reading. So that's what I've been doing basically. The point of this channel is to broaden my horizons a little bit. The tutorials are just to kind of give you guys a little insight on, some of my favorite spreads, what I like to do. This one I hope will resonate with quite a few people I know today. It is the Empath tarot spread, and myself being an empath, I think I can channel at least a few of my friends that are empaths as well, and maybe it will resonate with them. And I also would really like to start practicing doing the horoscope, like Scorpio for September, Libra for December spreads, because that's something that I haven't tackled yet, and a lot of the readers on YouTube do that. I know I can if I put my mind to it. It's just very intimidating so far. So for now, we're just going to stick with territorials, guests that get read, and special videos that I feel that need to go out to friends that could use this helping hand or helping voice. So let's start with this morning's territorial. It's the Empath Tarot spread. So the first card in the layout is the current state of myself or any other empaths watching this video. And the second card is what's affecting you right now. It's kind of like in the Celtic cross is what's crossing you or complementing you. So what's your current state and what is affecting you right now? How do you clear this energy is the third card. How do you protect yourself? How do you ground yourself? And how do you raise your vibration? So this is a really quick, lovely spread for us empaths that really need to know, jumper, how to protect ourselves when we're going into social situations, tarot reading situations, things like that, because whether you know it or not, when you're an empath, you are an emotional dumping grounds for a lot of people around you that do love you and they don't even realize they're doing it. So you need to be prepared and protect yourself and strengthen yourself for situations such as these. So I've already dealt out the first two cards. This is how would I clear this energy, and I did get a jumper too, so we'll address that after because I feel like that's an extra message. How do I clear this energy? Oh, the sun. I love seeing the sun. How can empaths like myself protect ourselves? Beautiful. Beautiful. 3 of Wands, looking to the future. Okay. How do we ground ourselves? How does an empath such as myself and my fellow friends ground ourselves the easiest, most effective way? One more. Jumper, jumper, jumpers. Huh. I'm going to treat that as a jumper, okay? How do we ground ourselves? And I only usually take 2 tops. How to ground ourselves. Okay, we're going to have to see what this dude's about. Ground ourselves with the King of Swords in reverse. I don't think so. He's somebody that emotionally dumps all over my empath ground. And finally, how is the most effective way to raise our vibration? Because once we raise our vibration, it's contagious, and that will help raise the vibration of the planet eventually also. Please bring me clear, concise messages for myself and my empath friends around me on how we can raise our vibration and help raise the vibration of the earth. Okay, so the world in reverse. Okay, so we're going to start by addressing these 2 jumpers because usually I don't take 2. So I feel like these are additional messages. So this is a very hard lesson for any empath. The Ace of Swords, okay? This usually means good luck and auspicious things in every aspect of your life, but it sometimes comes at a price of sharp-tongued people, mental clarity, and you will get the answer that you're waiting for, but it might not be in the sensitive way that you're hoping for. That's the vibe that I always get when I see the Ace of Swords, basically. So let's pair that with the Eight of Pentacles, which I just opened right up to. And that's in the reverse, okay? So maybe this is going to resonate with some of you guys right off the bat. So just a quick brief. The Ace of Swords, it overrules any negative minor arcana. Minor, not major, just like the Sun. So we have the Sun and we have this to eliminate any negativity in the major and the minor arcana. So that's a good thing to see. The Ace of Swords predicts new beginnings, decisions, clear thinking, and usually relates to work and love. It heralds action, drama, and sometimes confrontation. However the Ace of Swords manifests in your life, it will bring immediate change to your circumstances. It will, for the better mostly. So, as a prediction card, it shows that mental agility and assertiveness will bring success. That's something I think that us empaths have a problem with, because we are always thinking of how we would want to be treated, and assertiveness is not one of our best qualities. So, comment if you agree. In relationships, it reveals triumph over obstacles. You'll win through to your heart's desire, basically. So, that is something that I feel like we need to be reminded of. You know, that life isn't always fluffy, but we still are strong, capable people, and can handle the people that come at us in ways that we're not used to. The Eight of Pentacles reverse shows that you might be feeling trapped right now. This may be because you've chosen an educational course that isn't for you and doesn't develop your particular talents or reflect your interests. There's somebody out there I know that's feeling this. If you took out a loan to go to school, I feel like it's never too late. It's never too late to change your path. So if you're feeling that this isn't for you, don't sit by like an empath would and just say, it's okay, it's okay. Don't do that, okay? The only harm you're doing is to yourself. While supporting yourself financially, it may be time to look elsewhere and let the situation continue. As the prediction card, the Eight of Pentacles shows the cycle is about to come to an end. So rather than wait for this to happen, conserve your energy, empaths, and direct it towards finding a new career. Don't resign yourself to the present situation if there's no sense of achievement or appreciation. So I feel like that highly speaks to the empaths that I know too, because we're people pleasers, and you know, if it makes somebody else happy, we're happy to do it. But we need to start realizing that we are a very important part of this new world we're coming into, and the sensitives will have a huge role in raising the vibration. So you know what, we can't always sit idly by and just make everyone else but ourselves happy. You know what I mean? So the first card is your current state and basically what's affecting you. So we have here the Eight of Wands, which is basically, I think the most negative interpretation of this card is a delay in information, or a delay in movement. Like you're waiting for an email about a job, or you're waiting about a property, and it's just not coming in the time that you want it. Fortunately, what's affecting us is the Chariot in reverse. This is ruled by Cancer. When the Chariot is in the upright, he is an awesome dude, straight ahead. He's a doer, okay? But when he's in the reverse, the giving takes the backseat to his ego, and he tends to be a little more manipulative. So maybe if you're waiting on an answer from somebody like this, how to clear your energy is just go outside, girl. Go outside and soak up those rays of the sun and forget about whoever is making you feel like that. That's what I am feeling out of that 3-card spread. How to protect yourself. Three of Wands. Look to the future. If this asshole has nothing, bringing good nothing to the table. Look to the future. You have one staff in your hand and two at your back. You have a support system, whether it be sisters, children, mothers, friends. You have people. We all have our core people. And empaths are so busy trying to be those core people that we forget we have people that have our backs too. So if you're waiting on someone, you're being a jerk, it's not coming, go outside, soak up some sun, and look to the future, okay? How do you ground yourself? Now the King of Swords. This guy gives me a little bad vibe too. He is all about, in the upright, he says, don't use your heart, use your head. Logic, logic, logic. In the reverse, I believe he is similar to the Chariot, and he's kind of an asshole. So we need to clear these people out of our orbit because they're takers. And empaths are such beautiful, giving people. We don't need people like that around to fulfill our self-esteem, basically. Really quick, I'm going to read him. I will go over the other ones as well. But as the you in the reading, it does say take charge, but that's in the upright. This is how to ground yourself again. When reversed, the influence is usually of the usually balanced King of Swords can be destructive. You may be put under unreasonable pressure to produce results. Unfortunately, there's no room for argument or personal interpretation, so you may feel oppressed. You may feel trapped. You may feel oppressed. Okay? Thankfully, this is a temporary situation. As a person, you may be dealing with someone who plays mind games and who will do almost anything to win. That sounds very much to me like the Chariot in reverse. So if you're surrounding yourself with people like this, the best way to ground yourself and protect yourself is to run. Get the hell out of there. Okay? They don't need your goods. They don't need your goodness. In the Wicked deck, it says, on the road to enlightenment, there are going to be many thieves that want what you have. These jerks want what we have. Don't give it up to them, okay? Don't give it to them. At least fight for it. And how to raise the vibration. This gives me a little bit of unsettling feeling because it's in reverse, but it's the world, okay? So this is the completion of a phase. Maybe it's you realizing that you are sensitive and that you do have things to bring to this world, but it wasn't coming in a timely manner that you were hoping for. That's basically like the Eight of Wands. You're sitting around waiting. So let's just go really quick and run down again the spread. So what's affecting you? I mean, what's your current state and what's affecting you? So Eight of Wands and Chariot. So who do we have here on the table? We have a lot. We have air, water, fire. We have almost every element. So interesting. So very quickly, I like to go on my own interpretation, but some people will hear something in the interpretation that clicks for them. So that's why I like to read from it also. So when reversed, the simple meaning of the Eight of Wands is delay, like I said. So you're feeling like you're stuck right now, Eight of Pentacles, baby, and things aren't happening as fast as you'd like to. Be patient, okay? Good things come to good people. You may have lots of pending work to finish and maybe waiting for a particular decision that will unblock other ambitions, but just for now, you'll need to be patient. It is also important to be discreet about any grievances you have just now. Don't talk to this dude. Don't talk to this dude. In relationships, you may be finding it hard to communicate as well as a result of being drawn into petty arguments. If you have hopes for a new love, you may be feeling disappointed by the person's lack of contact. Look to the surrounding cards as indicators of what this means. Negative cards would be the 3 or the 10 of Swords. They're not here. Or the Lovers reversed. More positive cards, the upright Lovers, the Ace, 2, 6 or 9 or 10 of Cups say that you'll soon be able to connect with this person again. An additional meaning of this card is jealousy. That to me is something that empaths really have a problem with, is like, we don't understand. Like, We're just doing us. We're trying to help people. Why the fuck are you so jealous? And that really does hit home for a lot of us. And what's affecting the Chariot in reverse? When reversed, there's arrogance and self-indulgence. This can show a person or an event spiraling out of control. Ego is at work. Selfish needs come before the greater good. So the Chariot reversed indicates reckless and poor leadership. When the Chariot reverses and tipped off the road, travel plans and house moves are often disrupted and delayed. I don't have anyone like that in my life now, but we personally are having big delays in moving forward in moving plans. So that resonates with me personally. So how do you clear this energy? The Sun. That could not have been a more welcoming card. Okay? Because the Sun overrules any negative in the major arcana. It brings success and achievement. If you've had a challenging time lately, the Sun shows that every aspect of your life will improve. But you know what? Get rid of these fucking jokers, alright? And that's sure to improve. You'll enjoy more energy, and if someone close to you has suffered from health problems, the card is a card of recovery, and it shows that this person will return to good health. So if for any of you out there who are worried about a loved one, I really hope this resonates with you guys, and someone will come out of an illness and come home to you. As a card of energy and growth, all your projects benefit now, so the Sun heralds a good time to nurture your creative endeavors. Like this. The card is also associated with children and family. It reveals good news about children in general and about spending happy times with friends who make you smile. Like empaths, like sensitives. You may be reunited with an old friend, partner, or family member. In terms of the state of mind, the Sun shows you feeling carefree, creative, and nurturing your inner child. So that's how to clear this energy. Just go outside, take a deep breath, and play for a little while, you know? How to protect yourself. Envisioning the future. Okay? Sorry, this is a longer one than usual, guys. This is the Three of Wands is the Tarot's Good Fortune card. It reveals success, enterprise, and seeing your projects and relationships thrive. It's also an indicator for weddings and a new important relationship. It predicts a busy, intense period of activity, so be prepared to be inundated with texts, emails, calls, and visitors. And to protect yourself, prepare yourself for that, because empaths can be very overwhelmed easily by lots of energy coming at us at once. This card is also an indicator of an imminent trip away and seeing your plans realized, whether they're travel plans, business plans, a wedding, or other projects you've nurtured. This is a great time for communication and self-expression through a chosen interest such as art, music, crafts, sport, and tarot. The Three of Wands also favors individuality, non-conformism, so if you're drawn to unconventional people and projects now, good for you. Also, pride yourself on your quirks and eccentricities. That's what makes us all so special. Empaths, non-empaths, wave your freak flag, baby. Wave it high. And let others see what you have to offer, rather than the aspects of which you assume that they would make them comfortable. That is, I gotta say it again for us empaths. Show what you have, not what you think other people want you to have to make them comfortable. Okay? The Three's challenge is to keep the balance between staying focused on the prize and being patient and calm in the now. Appreciate to those people around you now. Try to make time for friends who don't immediately fit into your future plans. And that's another way that you can protect yourself, because getting advice from like-minded people is the best way to confirm the way that you're really feeling. How to ground yourself. The King of Swords. Again, he's emotionally unavailable. So, you know what? I'm going to pull a clarifier on this. So, if you're dealing with someone like the King of Swords, how can we best ground ourselves? Someone that, like, emotionally holds you hostage, things like that. Whoa, frickin' frack. That is not a jumper, that's a friggin' mess up. So, if you are around an individual like the King of Swords, how can you ground yourself and kind of get away from this kind of energy? That's what I'm going to ask, okay? That's what I'm going to clarify. Okay, awesome. 9 of Pentacles. For us ladies out there, this is the card of a single woman. Walk away. Walk away from this dipshit, seriously. You will find the financial stability that you need. You will revel in the finer things that you've worked hard for. And you won't have any worries if you walk away. That's what that is telling me. Don't be afraid, okay? Because you don't need to put yourself around people like that, seriously. It ushers in a time of financial stability, okay? So this is another way to ground yourself. You can feel safe at home and proud of your achievements. At last, surround yourself with material objects you love. You may love decorating or tending to your garden. It's time to appreciate all you have, so leisure time beckons. Treat yourself to whatever makes you happy. Enjoy the fruits of your work. That's another good grounding exercise. You'll be able to focus on your own needs without feeling guilty. The 9 also brings a sense of serenity and relaxation and predicts that you can feel at home and at one with yourself, and what empath does not want to feel that. The card often comes up in a reading to show an independent woman who is generous and well-balanced. Whoa, most of us are. Especially if she's paired with the Queen of Pentacles. Her influence is just slightly more powerful. And finally, guys, how to raise the vibration. The world in reverse. Okay, so I'm not going to sit here and boo-hoo about the world in reverse, and I'm not going to clarify it, because the world, really, there's nothing negative about this card. When reversed, the world shows that you're ready to move on, but you may feel blocked and not deserving of success. That is a very common empathic trait. It shows you hanging on to one ambition that eludes you, and if so, it's time to redefine what you want and adjust your expectations, as you may be clinging on to a dream to the inclusion of all else. Alternatively, you maybe feel eclipsed by another person's shining light, this egotistical maniac, or this emotional hostage holder. Overall, however, the negatives here are minor, and you will get what you deserve. It just takes a little longer to become obvious. In the meantime, keep the faith. I hope that resonates with some of you empaths today, because until I knew what was going on, I struggled very much so with being an empath. Everyone told me I was too sensitive. Why do you act like this? Why do you feel like this? You know why? Because this is how I am, and the world needs people like us. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Please comment, like, share, subscribe. Tell me your experience. I love to hear it. Thank you. Namaste.